Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are looking at something that is honestly basically a cure for blank canvas syndrome.
It really is.
Yeah, we've got our hands on the official 2026 schedule for the Plein Air artists of HRM or PAA HRM. And looking at these guidelines, it feels a bit like a boot camp for artists.
Yeah, I mean, it's ostensibly just a schedule, right? But if you read between the lines, it is a masterclass in accountability
Right.
because this group is trying to solve the biggest problem artists face, which is, actually doing the work.
Right, taking that decision-making completely out of the equation.
Exactly.
So before we jump into the specific dates, let's unpack this core concept. They call themselves plein air artists.
Right. So for anyone uninitiated, that's just French for in the open air.
Leaving the studio behind.
Yeah, getting out into the elements. The Impressionists made it famous. Monet trying to catch the light before it changed.
Well, speaking of the elements, there is a rule here in bold print that sounds kind of miserable. It says, no paint out is canceled due to weather conditions.
Ah, the no cancellation policy. That is actually the most critical part of their whole philosophy.
So if it's pouring rain sideways, which let's be honest is highly likely in Halifax.
They still expect you to show up.
Right.
Well, you don't have to, but the event happens regardless. It completely shifts your mindset. Instead of waiting for that perfect sunny day, you have to ask yourself, can I find beauty in the fog?
Or capture the mood of a storm.
Right. It stops you from treating art as just a fair weather hobby.
Okay, so say you are brave enough to face the wind. The logistics here are pretty straightforward.
Very consistent. Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
And it's totally free, open to all levels.
All media, too.
Yeah.
But the real magic is the group critique at the end.
See, standing in a parking lot while strangers judge my wet canvas sounds terrifying.
I know it sounds daunting, but it's really a community mechanism. It's about sharing. You get to see how 20 other people interpreted the exact same tree.
It forces you to realize there's no single right way to see things.
Exactly. Plus, you get all the updates and maps through their Facebook group and tiny URL links, so it's very organized.
Okay, let's actually map out this 2026 season so you can grab a brush and join them. The tour covers a ton of ground, starting May 7th with a meet and greet at Greenery Park.
Right, that kicks it off. But the first real test is June 25th at the Halifax waterfront, down by the wave sculpture.
Which is a huge tourist trap. It's going to be packed.
That's the challenge. You're filtering out chaos, moving crowds, and complex architecture.
And if you want something quieter, you jump to July 30th at Sambro.
Meeting right at the wharf parking. It's a classic Nova Scotian scene. Weathered boats, rusting metal, old wood.
Perfect for a texture study.
Exactly, catching that salt air feeling.
Then there's an unusual one on August 13th at Hope for Wildlife in Seaforth.
A fascinating pivot, right? Painting near a rehabilitation center means potentially living subjects instead of just inanimate objects.
It really changes how you observe. And they wrap up September 3rd at Planters Ridge Winery in Port Williams.
A joint paint out with the PAAV group.
Vines, rolling hills, that early September light.
All about warmth and shadow. The beauty of this group is the consistency of having a weekly Thursday event, but also the sheer variety of locations. You go from rusty wharves to lush wineries.
So if you've got an easel gathering dust, this removes the decision fatigue. Check the schedule for those Thursday slots or the optional following Saturdays if you have a day job. Just look up the map, grab a picnic lunch, and go.
And bring an umbrella.
Or don't, and just paint the rain.
I love that.
It's a compelling reason to get uncomfortable. So we will leave you with this. Does a gray, stormy landscape actually make for a more interesting painting than a sunny, postcard-perfect day? You just have to head out to Sambro and find out for yourself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.